on Baywatch.
I just met the most phenomenal woman. I've never seen anyone handle a bike the way she did.
You're not racing up there, are you?
That road's a death trap.
Man, from what you tell me about this girl, an accident like that was bound to happen.
Face it, Mitch, she's gonna wipe you out.
I thought I had my personal best.
In your dreams, Buchanan.
You want to race? We'll race. But after I win your bike, I'm gonna run you over with it.
Oh my God, Mitch, I'm sorry. I was just so surprised to see you standing there.
Not as surprised as I was.
You got that Baywatch Podcast, that's where it's at. You've got that Baywatch Podcast, that's where it's at. You've got that Baywatch Podcast, that's where it's at. You've got that Baywatch Podcast, that's where it's at.
This is going. This is. Do we need to?
Yeah, Babies, welcome back. I'm doing okay. I've been living on the street for quite a while, but we might be talking about how we can remedy that today. With on the next Faux Rogan Report, Baywatching Podcast, featuring James Tyler Shaw.
Hello.
James Tyler Shaw, Babies. You know him from Take Your Medicine and Smile. You know him from films like Backface. You know him, well, you're going to know him more.
Yes.
James Tyler Shaw, welcome.
Hello. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes. The Babies, although they're not sending much money, you guys could be sending way more money to us, are glad to see you and learn about you. You run Take Your Medicine and Smile. What are your what do you call the medheads?
What do I call the Take Your Medicine and Smile fans? They're just the weirdos.
The weirdos.
I think that's who our fan base is. Just weirdos. All the weirdos of the world. Are welcome.
I like that, but I also take a little offense because I first met you when you showed my Truth film. I wasn't there, but my ridiculous co-host came and tried to shut down the movie.
Yes, there was a bit of a scene at the show, but we were glad to have your documentary,
See, Bill?
not factually robust, but it was a good movie, and we were glad to have it.
It's truth, and thank you for sharing the truth. Right?
Yeah.
The water truth.
Yeah.
But before we're gonna hear more about Tyler, but let me get this out of the way because we have to.
Okay.
You saw, I know you prepared and watched season 3, episode 6, Doom Road of Baywatch. Doom Road, right?
Mm-hmm.
You watched it.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Oh, it was good. It was good.
It's okay. I don't care about Baywatch that much, and
okay.
I'm kind of upset that we still have to talk about some parts of it. The water truth part, I love.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
I mean, this episode, what's going on? Mitch is being teased by Garner about his relays and his times. His ex-lover is beating all his times, right? And it's just a source of frustration and demasculation for him, which I don't like to see Mitch being put down by anybody, especially not a police officer or a woman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was terrible. And then what's going on with new Eddie? He's racing bikes on Doom Road. Yeah. Women are falling off the cliff into the water. You remember all of it. It was a shit show.
Yeah. I had the same feelings.
Because you're not a TV guy. You're a film guy.
That's true.
You're
Yes. I'm more of a film guy. Yeah.
And I'm not really a film guy.
Right. You're more of a...
I watched that show.
Yeah.
And then documentaries on like 6chan and things like that. Wet Chan. Dry Chan.
Dry Chan. I'd never even heard of that.
It's a message board that has a lot of good truth. It's where I kind of get the source of most of my wisdom. But enough about this. Tyler, let's talk about your film guy.
Okay.
Tell me about your art. Tell me about what you do, why you do.
What I do and why I do. Well, so basically I founded Take Your Medicine and Smile. Really, the whole thought behind Take Your Medicine is that cinema is trapped in a prison of its obsession with wealth and the massive budgets have really restricted the medium, and a lot of people are really bored with movies right now, and I'm kind of bored with movies right now, and I really want that excitement back, and the key to that excitement, I believe, is small movies with big imaginations, and there's lots of people who are already making that. And there's literally high schoolers who I found who are making work that is like way more exciting to me than what I'm seeing in like Hollywood movies. So basically what Take Your Medicine and Smile does, especially through the New Film Underground shows, is give the audience a chance to discover all that exciting work, and get the excitement back into movies. And it's also a community thing. Yeah. Like, we give the filmmakers a chance to meet each other and meet the audience, and everyone like supports each other, and it's kind of the opposite of the vibe of Hollywood. I like
most ways. I like that includes, you said high school kids. There's even like, I've even seen some kids. Like you've got like some
that's true.
Kids making like really interesting
with the
space
like
films.
the Dorfman brothers. I think they're like 12 or something. And, it showed their film as well. It was really funny, and that's how it is now. Like, we have a situation where kids with these big imaginations can make some wacky, like, far out thing that's so unlike anything you would see anywhere else. Yeah. And you just can't get that when there's $100 million on the line. Right. So again, it's like small movies, big imaginations, and just the wackiest, kookiest stuff comes out of it. And so, I put on the New Film Underground shows. We do about 4 a year, and we filter out all the normal stuff, all the boring conventional stuff. We get rid of all of that. It's just the imaginative, the crazy, the experimental, the surreal, like all. If you want to see like far out cinema condensed, then come to one of the New Film Underground shows, and you will have a good time. Also, I tell a joke at every show.
You have a joke today?
I did not prepare a joke today. No.
That's a good one.
So,
I don't understand comedy.
Oh, so neither do I.
Okay.
So that's okay.
My editor loves your work and your shows, the New Underground shows. I think he edits our podcast. He's had a couple movies, I think, at your thing. Andrew Saxena.
But he's a talented guy.
Well, I kind of am trying to kill him, but you make movies too.
I do.
You not only put on these shows and create this community. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. I wanted to talk about it. Do you think it's like a distribution thing? Because we were talking about Hollywood being boring, overly like capitalist, overly like kind of money driven. It's like the most expensive movies in the world. And they're all pretty shitty. Like, the best thing that they give us is stuff to complain about. Make like whole YouTube channels about complaining about Star Wars. Yeah. Right? And it's good complaints.
Yeah.
But it's like,
complaints are funny.
We have everything now to just make the movies ourselves, right? And I think that's what I love about what you're doing is like, you talk a little bit about bringing it back to the spirit of filmmaking in the early days when there was like no set timeline. It was like, maybe this movie's 30 seconds.
Yeah, the silent era. They were just figuring it out. You'd grab a camera, and it was just like, okay, what kind of things can we do with this? Yeah. And you'd have all these 5-minute movies of just like experimenting with some new effect.
No set, like aspect ratio.
Even, right? It was everything was up in the air, and there is you watch those movies, and there's a kind of a childish like glee in just playing with the medium and seeing what it can do. And I see no reason. Well, I think we are going back to that just because the media landscape has shifted so much, and new media has changed the nature of like it's changed the role moving images have in our lives, because now it's like we're constantly watching all these little like bite-sized bits of media, and to me that's cinema too.
Vertical TikTok.
Yeah, like to me, all that is just different forms of cinema. It's all still moving images. And so I think really it's about kind of discovering all the possibilities that is opening up for us, and kind of going beyond just the little kind of YouTube videos that we normally see where it's just like a person talking, and really getting into like, okay, what kind of far out art can you craft? and produce and distribute within this kind of whole new context we have. Like, I think the possibilities are really just crazy and exciting, and I just want to make sure we are exploiting it to the fullest. So, and there's lots of people doing it already, so it's just a matter of, tracking them down and bringing them to the people and saying, here they are.
But New Underground, Take Your Medicine and Smile.
Yeah, the New Film Underground series. It's a screening series we do here in Los Angeles where we show underground short films made by all these super creative people from right here in LA. And all the filmmakers are local, and all the movies are, far out and weird and, surreal and experimental. It's literally, it's like a film festival with all the normal movies filtered out. It's and it's a nice kind of friendly, communal vibe. And I always tell a joke at every show. People hang out, and we watch just absurd films, and it's really exciting and thrilling just seeing like how much really innovative, like exciting work is being made right here in LA in the dark shadow of Hollywood. So, but yeah, it's really fun. If you're a fan of like weird things or even experimental things, like you'll like the New Film Underground shows.
And they're all like posted too, right? Like all the previous ones, you always.
I don't post everything.
Oh, okay.
But I will occasionally put compilations of a few of the shorts on the Take Your Medicine and Smile YouTube. And then I just we do like 4 shows a year usually. And if you go to takeyourmedicineandsmile.com, that's where you can find out about those.
You can also submit, I believe, right?
Yes, and you can submit films. You can find out about submitting films on the website as well. Also, if you follow Take Your Medicine and Smile on Instagram, that's another great way to get information about the shows and the films and submitting films. And you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel and be updated every time we post some crazy, exciting new thing there.
Yeah. What's on the horizon for the New Underground and Take Your Medicine?
So on the horizon, right now I'm looking into, I want to make a compilation feature film where we will commission work from a bunch of the local artists that we have been showing at the shows. And so right now I'm working on raising money for that project. And the plan is to get that like professionally distributed. I'd even like to try to do a theatrical release for that. Maybe kind of spread the word, spread the ideas around the country that way. So looking to do that, and then also be doing more shows next year. So yeah.
If folks want to support like that particular project, is that can they reach you on your website? Is there GoFundMe?
You can email me at takeyourmedicineandsmile@gmail.com if you have some support you want to provide. We have not set up any official like donation website or anything yet, so still in the very early stages of that process.
Looking for investors.
Yeah. So
it takes money to make a movie.
Yes, it does, but not as much as you might think.
Right. And that's the kind of the vibe of is Take Your Medicine, is a little bit of like self-empowerment, finding community.
Yeah, community, and it's a very DIY perspective. It's kind of taking some of that kind of punky DIY mentality and applying it to making films and stuff. Well,
you've inspired me, and I'd like to invite you to the next fest. Is not going to be a rib fest.
I
just realized I think it's going to be the Baywatching Podcast Film Fest. I did a dry fest last year. It was better than Coachella. We had to move it because of Coachella, and still nobody came. But the next one that nobody's going to come to is probably going to be our Baywatching Podcast Film Festival. I'm going to say in April next year. So if you want to air anything, Ty, if you want to come and talk a little bit about your projects, you should come.
I would be totally down.
Yeah.
Baywatching Film Festival sounds pretty badass.
Well, you guys, if you're a little curious about all this, that Tyler organizes, all the film stuff, new Underground and Take Your Medicine Smile, Andrew Sexton is going to insert a trailer that Tyler has graciously bestowed us with right now.
If you don't kill him.
If I don't, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of need him to do all this tech stuff, so it's a very...
You should keep him alive a little
It's
longer.
a strange limbo, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll take your advice. You sound like a smart guy.
Yeah, thanks.
So here's the trailer. Andrew? And we're back from the trailer.
That was fast.
Tyler, it's a very fast trailer, right? I think we're going to have to really stretch out that moment maybe to fit it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, Tyler,
you're talking about a childlike glee that you saw in like these early films, right? When did you first, kind of get tickled by film, or when did you even make your first? Did you make kid movies?
Okay, tickled by film. The tickling started... to some extent, I was always tickled by film. Like a lot of people in my generation, grew up watching videos on VHS. That was always a very exciting thing. Also, like a lot of children, I went through a lot of different interests. Wanting to be an astronomer and different things at different times, but it was like the constant was always like, and at some point I'd like to like make a movie.
Yeah.
And it was always like it would be cool to make a movie about this thing that I'm interested in right now. Yeah. Or like somebody should make a movie about this. And then eventually my family got a home movie camera, and I immediately started playing with it. And then it was like, oh, what if I just made movies?
Yeah.
And then I could make movies about all the things.
Yeah.
And then also like just I watched Steven Spielberg's E.T. I was like 12 years old and I rewatched it, and it just kind of blew me away, and that got me really interested in like, okay, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And so that got me kind of researching the process more. And then it just was something I liked to do. I just liked making my little movies, little stories, and I've been doing that ever since. And reading about it a lot. Like that was kind of the other thing, is I read a lot about movies, and have kind of loved how big and expansive that world is. Yeah. Like I remember I read I read Roger Ebert's book, The Great Movies, like as a teenager, and was just like, that book really excited me because you saw such a broad spectrum. And these are all, you'd see like E.T. would be in there, but then also like Persona by Bergman would be in there. And it's like, okay, and Star Wars, and then It's a Wonderful Life, and then, Breathless. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, so there's this full spectrum of cinema. It's not just this one kind of thing that, oh, a great movie is like this. It's like there's so many different ways to be great.
Didn't Ebert even write like a sex flick, like a kind of? Like,
he wrote like there's a cult movie.
It's like his
taste. Is it Beyond the Valley of the?
That's it.
He wrote. I haven't actually seen it
yet. Me neither. I mean, I'm not really a movie guy.
Right. Yeah. It's not Baywatchy enough.
Not waterproofy.
Yeah.
It traps you in the theater. I think it's helping water kind of win the day and take away human liberty. Yeah, I mean, that's why kind of like yours, they're a little shorter. You're about building community, so you're not trapping us from finding the water truth as much as like these big Hollywood movies that are like 3 hours now. Come on, Scorsese.
Yeah, right.
He's in line with them.
Yeah.
With like Hillary Clinton and Barack Biden.
Right, Barack Biden.
All these guys. What's he doing here? No, Tyler, we talked about this a little before, right?
I'm sorry.
If I'm going to be living here and living with you, then we can't have any of that in the house.
I'm sorry. I just, I'm trying to break the habit.
I can live here, right? This is your space, right? I've seen you do the movie shows here.
I don't own this space.
You have a home, though, that I could come to after with you.
Well, I have a home. Yes.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Okay. We'll talk about it later when I'm there with you. But what are you working on? What are some movies you've done maybe that you want to talk about and share? And then what are you working on now?
Okay. So movies I've done. I mean, probably the most popular thing I've worked on is a short film called Bagface, and that played at a few festivals, and it's on YouTube now. And that's kind of a fun, surreal, dark comedy that I made with Also Nonis, who is a partner I've worked with.
Yeah.
He's kind of an odd dude.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's kind of similar to your relationship with Andrew.
You might want to kill him a little sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, you know, sometimes it's a good relationship, sometimes there can be conflict. But he's a really, you know, creative person, so I like working with Also. And then I also, you know, I made a project that I really enjoy called Picture Window. That's a very experimental project. It was made entirely with a phone. And it's very experimental, very surreal, and it revolves around staring at a window in my apartment.
I believe, for those interested, they were going to share this. We're going to actually air that movie at the end of the episode here.
Oh, cool!
Right?
Yeah, and you'll get to see like what you can do with something that like simple, just like pictures of a picture window.
Yeah.
And I made like a 3-minute movie about it.
Right.
So
you're going to watch it, and then look at the links of Tyler's other movies. Watch them.
Yeah. Watch all the stuff. We also have compilations on the Take Your Medicine and Smile YouTube channel of films that are showed at some of the shows. I also share movie recommendations.
That's right. I've seen those.
Every Sunday, I have Short Film Sunday, and I will post on YouTube a short film that really epitomizes the type of filmmaking that I think is the future.
Yeah.
So you can also check that out. So
now I've seen 2 movies.
I don't know why I shot you.
In my well, it's good. You know.
Yeah. They
deserve it. These babe. They don't give us any money. They don't give us any support.
Oh yeah.
So but I've seen 2 movies, and the second one I saw was in honor of you because you're a film guy.
Oh.
The first one is the one I edited, directed, produced, funded, researched.
Right.
No bill.
Research.
My Water Truth. You've seen it.
Yeah, research.
But I watched, I think this is one of the greatest films in cinema canon, the Baywatch 2017. I watched it in honor of you, Tyler.
Oh,
you've seen this?
I appreciate. I haven't actually seen that one.
Not good
yet. It's you didn't like it?
Not good at all. It's like they've bastardized all my favorite characters.
Right. Yeah.
It's some guy called Rock.
Yeah.
Instead of
Rocky,
my
Dwayne, the Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I could make a better movie, quite frankly.
I bet you could. You probably, you have recording equipment already.
Andrew Saxena.
And I think, you don't need a massive budget or big stars to make a movie. So
you believe
the capability is available there for all of us. It's just all about the imagination and the will.
You see it in me. I can tell you believe that I have genius, that I could be one of these Steven Kubrick.
Stephen Kubrick.
That you talk about.
You
think I can?
I think everyone has the technical capability now
me.
to make a film, and including you.
That would be genius. Maybe we could do all of the movie that I haven't even made yet, but we could do an entire me show. Take Your Medicine and Smile, New Underground. Charging like $33 a ticket. Mm-hmm. But we got to make some money.
Yeah,
I got to make some money.
That's a thing to think about.
You're gifting me.
You're
gifting me with my awareness of genius, and I appreciate that.
And hey, I'm all about supporting artists.
Everybody gets a gift. So, to close, you got some gifts too. This is the bone bag that I stole from Bill so that he will not reach Guinness Book of World Records for most ribs eaten at a Baywatching Rib Fest.
Okay.
He's been trying for a couple years. But I got some gifts for you. It's Super Male Drytality. It's $3.
I have to
per
pay
pill.
$3?
Yeah. Do you want that one?
I left my wallet, but
It's okay. We got the last interviewee, fetus vomit. He left his shirt at the beach. There's some pins on it. It's kind of sweaty because we were running around.
It doesn't have fetus vomit.
It has a little vomit on it, even.
Oh.
So this is one thing. You could take his sweater from the last interview if you want.
Okay.
Sounds like you're not.
I don't really need anything.
Baywatching lore. Baywatching lore here. This is the Baywatching Speedo that I have pooped in several times.
Okay.
It could be yours. It could be. We could frame it at your house.
Hey.
I'm gonna come and I'll put it up on the wall with you. Let's get ready.
Dude.
Let's wrap up and head over to home.
I forgot about my car is in the.
I'll get in the car with you. I'm gonna meet you in the car. I'm gonna say goodbye. We're gonna air. I can live here at your house, right? Either place. There he goes. I gotta catch up with him out in the car, babies. But I'm gonna air his movie right now, and I'm gonna just go figure out if I can live with him. Bye, guys.